All righty, so we're going to wait a few minutes to let our attendees start rolling in. And I'll do some introductions. Would be playing some music right about now, but the music's not working. So I would love to talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing today as we continue to let a few folks come in. So my name is Dorrel, and I'm here at the SA Win offices here in Houston. We're doing live webinars every Tuesday and Thursday to ensure that we talk with service contractors like yourself to better understand best practices that are going to help you guys continue to run your business, grow your business. Most importantly, have an efficient business that helps you all sleep at night because you have business coming in not only when you're open during the business hours, but also during times in which you all are closed, so that you all can continue to generate business and compete in the marketplace. So we'll let a few folks kind of join us and come on in. And as they are going to be coming into the webinar, feel free to let me know who you are in the chat. So if you want to go ahead and let me know your name, where you're located in the U.S. If you are an established company, let us know what your company name is. And if you don't have a company yet, let us know what you anticipate doing over the next 6 to 12 months so that we may be able to help you here at SA Win or to provide you all with some best practices to help you continue to grow your business and start your business. So once again, we'll let a few folks kind of join on in. And as we get things started here, I want to let you know we're going to be doing a presentation. Right after that presentation, we're going to go right into a quick demo overview of the SA Win core product. And as we talk through some of the benefits of having a core product, or having the SA Win core product, we're going to talk about some of the best practices of some of our users and how they're using the platform to continue to run their business, scale their business, be more efficient in their business, and most importantly, be profitable in their business, right? None of us get into business to just run a business. We get into the business of being profitable so that we can take care of our families, so that we can help support our employees. And as we continue to support our employees, we want to continue to put tools in place that are going to help us continue as a company for the long term. So we're going to let a few more folks hop on in here, and I'm going to grab me some water because I'm going to be talking for the next hour. And once again, if you are just now joining us, put your name and where you're located in the chat so that we can see where we have people coming in from all over the U.S., if not all over the world. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started as we will once again be talking about the best practices for your service business, whether you're an HVAC, plumber, or electrical contractor here in the U.S., primarily in the U.S., but in the U.S. and Canada or all over the world. I'm going to be presenting to you what we consider the best practices. And keep in mind, these are going to be best practices that we have found in our research, working with our clients, as well as working with service contractors here locally in the Houston market, as well as in some of the other markets that we work in. Now, while I'm getting the presentation up and running, here we go. Come on. All righty, presentation should be starting for us. All right, there we go. So get this over here. Bear with me. As you know, it wouldn't be a great show if there weren't any technical difficulties, but we should be good to go here. So as we see here, we're going to be doing live webinars every Tuesday for our HVAC, plumbing, and electrical service contractors. If you know anyone else in the service-based industry that is a service contractor, we are also doing webinars for them on Thursday to do more of a catch-all for some of the other industries that we work in. So whether it's overhead door, locksmith, commercial food equipment, appliance repair, handyman, anything of that nature. We'd love to have you all join us on Thursdays. But if you are an HVAC, plumbing, electrical contractor, we are doing our webinars this month on Tuesdays. They will start at 10 a.m. Central. So if you are any other time zone, just convert that time. It'll be 10 a.m. Central in the morning. And we would do a Q&A session towards the end if there are any questions from our guests. And then right before we do Q&A, we will go into a live demo overview of one of the Sawin products so that we can better understand how we're helping some of our customers with the right tools. So without further ado, I've already done this, but welcome to the show. Welcome to the webinar. I appreciate you guys joining us. I know you could be anywhere else in the world. You could be obviously running your business, which you're most likely doing at the same time. But we want to welcome you to Sawin and welcome to this webinar. As you are a service contractor, you are keeping the world running. Whether you are fixing an appliance, you're fixing a toilet or a sink or a tub, or you are fixing the light fixtures or the fans and all the electrical work in a new outfit for a new home, we want to welcome you to the Sawin webinar series. And once again, we appreciate you guys being here because we know how important it is for you all to be focusing on your business. But one thing that we will teach here in best practices is it's always important for you all to continue to learn what's out there, what's helping service contractors like yourself continue to remain in the marketplace so that you all can be around for the long term, support your families as well as support some of your employees. Once again, we're going to be talking about best practices. And one thing that you'll learn about these best practices is they're not just the only best practices for service-based contractors, right? These are some that we found in our research, and we believe that as you are a company, there are going to be more that we can uncover to help you all continue to improve your business, right? Whether it be around improving it, in one way, or improving it for your technicians, or improving it for your office staff, or improving it when it comes to managing your inventory, right? There are going to be a number of best practices that we're going to talk about today, but just know that we have not uncovered all of them. These are just a few that we have brought in based off of our research. Now, the very first one that we want to talk about today is customer service excellence. And if we're a service-based company, service should be at the forefront of how we do things, right? The quality of service. So the first thing that we believe that helps customer service excellence is really around your communication style and effective communication. We stress the importance of clear and professional communication, but most importantly, it's about timely communication, right? If a customer reaches out to you and they have a request, they want somebody to reach out to them in a timely manner. The reason being is because their need is often very dire. It's very emergent, right? And it's very important for them to have that issue resolved or at least addressed in a timely manner. And if not, they will find a solution, or they will find a service that will do that for them. Not only do we want to communicate effectively and be timely, but we also want to make sure that we're following up with our clients after the first communication. Oftentimes, we get busy, we get distracted, right? And as a customer, there's so many other distractions or other competitors that are reaching out, right? And that first message does not just do it, right? We want to make sure that we are following up with them to see if they got some help, to see if there's anything that we can help them with. And if there is something that we can help them with, then the importance there is that we have followed up with them. Therefore, they understand that we, as a company, a service-based company, we're going to make sure that the job gets completed and that we follow up that it was completed to the quality and the desire that they wanted, right? And so make sure that you all are focusing on how you can improve your customer service excellence. And one principle that I learned is called one level above. What can you be doing today or tomorrow that's one level above your competition? And when it comes to customer service excellence, maybe it's adding that additional call a few days after you've serviced that client to say, hey, how do we do? How are you doing? Are you all much better than you were when, set experience happened, right? And what that continues to do is drive for them the repeat business, and knowing that they can continue to work with you because you do care about them as the individual, not just the dollars in which they paid you to complete the work in which you've done. So I hope that makes sense. The second thing that we're going to talk about is really around technical proficiency. And, oftentimes I use this technical proficiency really just to talk about how you all are improving on a technical aspect of your business, right? So how are you ensuring that your team is growing, right? And not just growing in the sense of physically growing, right? And growing team members and adding more people to the workforce, but what are you doing to train them and have that ongoing training? What are some of the continuous education and certifications that we can stay on top of to ensure that we as a company can be seen as the highest of quality when customers reach out to us? When we have those certifications on our website and that we have certified and that we were newly certified, that really heightens the senses for any prospective customer to say, because they are newly certified, I know that they are meeting all of the requirements from today, right? Not from requirements 10 or 15 years ago, but requirements from today. And what that means is, let's say, for instance, I have a new AC unit, right? Or I have a new appliance that has been installed. I want somebody that knows that appliance today, not something that has been worked on for the last 10 or 15 years. And as we've had advancements in technologies, that's the importance of having that ongoing training, right? The other thing is quality assurance, right? How can you promote better inspections and better quality control measures across your workforce to ensure that all of your technicians are doing everything in their power to give the customer the best quality of service? One thing that we use here at SA Win is something which we call checklist to ensure that everyone across the board is doing what is required of them so that a customer can walk away from that experience saying that was a 5-star experience. The other thing is really around safety protocols. How are you making sure that your customers are safe, your team's safe, and ultimately your business has lowered the liabilities so that you all don't put yourselves at risk? And some of those safety protocols are really around safety regulations for both the customers and the clients. So look into how you all can improve, whether it be making sure that you all are asking for permission to go into the houses or to the businesses, that you're getting authorized work signatures before you complete any work or do any work, that you all are ensuring that the customer feels safe as you all are present at the job site so that they can walk away from it feeling relieved that you all cared about their safety, not just yours. Okay. So I hope that made sense as we move on to best practice number 3. So best practice number 3 is going to be, as I can move on over, is going to be our efficient operations, right? Everyone preaches efficiency, and efficiency is going to be key, especially as you don't want to be running a business where that business is running you, right? You want to run a well-oiled and well-ran business, and the only way you can do that is if you have efficient operations. So you may have to take a step back and see, hey, what are we doing really well? What can we be improving on? What are some of the things that we can cut down on the time? Are we seeing a lot more wait time before we actually get into a job site? And how can we cut down on that to ensure that we are always in the position to be working so that customers don't see that we're, sitting in our vans and scrolling on our phones, or that we're sitting in our vans waiting for, something to happen before we actually get out and provide the service to the client. And so that's always going to be important. One of the first things that comes to mind is really around work order management. How are you all building efficiencies within your work order management? Do you have the right tools for scheduling? Do you have the right tools for dispatching and tracking those work orders and tracking the equipment in which you all are working on? Do you ensure that you have the right inventory in place, whether it's inventory on your truck or your van, whether you're having to go and create a purchase order out there in the field and going to one of your parts warehouse or your vendors local to you to pick up those materials and those parts? Or are you creating preventive maintenance or service level agreements that ensure that your customers are getting the best service, but also the best bang for their buck? One thing that we found definitely during the years of COVID and during the pandemic is that there were a lot of service contractors that had to slow down. And one of the things that kept service contractors in business was adding a level of preventive maintenance or service level agreements to their customers so that they can continue to have that repeat business. One of those examples is, hey, for $50 a month, we can come out and check your AC unit every couple of months just to ensure that everything is working properly. We can even top off the Freon. We can check your air filters. We can make sure that the quality of your air is where it needs to be. And that $50 a month was on repeat every single month, and the customer paid that on a recurring basis. And if that's not something that you have put in place right now, we'd love to have a conversation with you. I'm not here to sell you the product. I'm here to show you the best practices and the efficiencies that we put in place for our clients. Um, and one thing that's going to be key here is one size doesn't fit all, right? We know that there are going to be going to be some things in which you all can put in place today that we speak about today that are going to help you continue to advance in building your company and scaling your company. But most importantly, efficient operations is going to be one of them. Okay. All right. Let's move on over to the next thing. All right. Best practice number 4 is around your customer relationship management. And we use the acronym CRM all the time, and that's essentially what it means: customer relationship management. Now, there are tools that are out there that are going to help you run your business, but is it the right tool to run your business? There are some CRMs that are out there for marketers, and CRMs that are out there for sales folks, and CRMs that are out there for roofers and fencers. But do you have the right CRM that's in place for a service contractor like yourself? And oftentimes, there are great bells and whistles that make a lot of sense. But one thing that we've prided ourselves in here at SA Win is we've been doing this since 1984, right? So we have not only do we have the experience of what it looked like back in the 80s, but we have seen the technologies advance. We've seen that we've had discussions around the needs of service contractors over the years, and we've built a platform that's going to help you all manage your customers in an organized fashion where you can provide personalized service, you can gather their feedback and make sure that they are building loyalty to you because you are providing them with the tools that they need, right? And so when we look at the recommendation for using CRM systems, oftentimes we hear the term business workflow management or field service management software. Now, that only encapsulates a number of industries, but we provide a software that works for a service-based contractor here in the U.S. that can continue to help them run a business from anywhere. So, we talk about the cloud, right? And the cloud essentially means that it's hosted on the internet, and as long as you have internet access, you have access to your program. This CRM is going to allow you to be able to do that, and you're going to be able to track not only the history of every time you went out there to that customer location, the equipment in which you all service, the communication that you've had with that client, and or the point of contact at that location. Everything is there available to you at a moment's notice, whether it's a search or you're going and you're clicking through your customer base. Now, feedback is always important, right? Especially from your customers. Your customers are going to tell you whether or not you did good service or not, especially if you ask them. And if you're not getting the reviews, the 5-star reviews that you're looking to receive, then the best thing to do is to reach out to your customers or your previous customers and say, hey, what did we do well and what could we have done better? And on the things in which you could have done better, put something into practice. Start small, right? Whether it be hey, the customer said that we didn't reach out to them after, we did the job. Well, hey, send a text message or send an email or provide a phone call for 2 to 3 minutes that says, hey, we just want to share our appreciation for you doing business with us, and we'd love to continue to earn your business over time. And how we're going to do that is we're going to continue to reach out and check on you, right? We're going to wish you a happy birthday on your birthday. We're going to wish you happy anniversary for the last time in which we did service for you, right? And it just serves as a reminder that, hey, yeah, they did provide service back then, and it was great service. And I probably haven't had that looked at in the last six to 12 months. It's probably time for me to reach back out to them and see if they can have somebody come out. And that continues to really drive home for you and your business how important it is to continue to have the feedback loop, right? Different feedback mechanisms to be able to collect and analyze customers' feedback. And the last thing is really around loyalty, right? We understand that some people aren't in the business of making sales, they're in the business of customer acquisition. And when we talk about customer acquisition, it's more of understanding that they're coming from somewhere, right? Whether they're coming from their system or they're coming from another system, they're coming from somewhere. And when you acquire that customer, there had to be some form of value that brings them over to you, but there's something that has to keep them there. And that's where loyalty comes in. Whether you have a loyalty program, whether you have a referral program, whether you have something in place that's going to keep that customer around, it's best that you start thinking of those tools that you can put in place so that they can feel valued and respected when they're doing business with you. Okay. All right. Let's move on to our next best practice, and this is around technology integration. So a lot of times people will tell you that they're integrated with a solution, and right now, our system is integrated with QuickBooks. QuickBooks is widely known to handle accounting for small to mid-sized to enterprise-based businesses, and we truly believe that having that integration is going to help you all drive that efficient business. It's going to help you continue to build upon that efficient business. And so, some of the three things that we're going to add to technology integration is really around making sure that you have the right smart home solutions. So if you're a service contractor and you're servicing an AC unit, there are tools that are out there. One of our partners, Smart Home AC, they provide sensors that allow you all to be alerted when things aren't operating at the right capacity or at the right level. And that's going to help you all not only service that customer and let them know that, hey, we just noticed this and we just wanted to alert you, very similar to an emergency that happens or an alarm that happens at a home, right? Hey, this is happening and we want to get out in front of it so that it doesn't cost you more money. And having that technology integration is going to be key to help you all driving better results as a company. One of the other things is around having mobile tools. Now, we have a mobile app here. It's a very simple, easy to use mobile app. We truly love how it helps and drives the technicians to be empowered out there in the field, to feel like they're running their own subset of business while they're out there in the field and driving it home for the company. There's so many different ways in which they can capture data on that mobile app that it allows them to make sure that the customer has what they need before they leave the job site, and that the HQ or the admins in the office are aware of what's going on as well, so that they feel everything is moving in the right direction and everything is working smoothly, right? We don't like when a wrench is thrown into our day. And so having a mobile app helps you all stay in the know, as opposed to having to pick up the phone and call and give updates here and there, and then going over to the supply house and having to keep up with the receipt and making sure that receipt makes it back to the back to HQ without being jumbled up or watered down because they're out there sweating. There are a number of things that are going to help you guys stay efficient, and technology integrations with the mobile app is definitely one of them. And the other thing is just making sure that you all are running diagnostics out there in the field. And there are some tools that are going to help you all integrate that information into a tool like SAWin. But there's also tools that are just going to help you all keep that data relevant, so that as customers understand the cost associated with the service that you're offering, you can run a report and show them that report of, hey, this is the last time we were out here and this is what it was reading. And because it was reading that, this is why we had to do what we needed to do, so that not only could you have cool air, or that your water was running effectively, or your dishwasher or your sink and garbage disposal is working properly, but the light switch is running at the core power, right? And all of this is important when being able to explain to a customer why they were charged the set charge on their invoice, right? And so making sure that you have the right technology integrations are going to help you continue to grow and innovate as a company in today's climate. So keep that technology top of mind, and let's continue to go down our best practices. The next best practice is around marketing and business growth. Now, I learned from my mentor that everyone is in the business of marketing, right? If no one knows about your business, then they can't select your service to do business with you. And when it comes to marketing, it's more about making sure that you are making people aware of the service that you offer, when you offer it, and how much it costs, right? And sometimes the cost doesn't come until after the fact, because you have to do a quote or a proposal. And sometimes that quote or that proposal doesn't include everything once we get to the actual job site, right? And so when it comes to marketing your business, you want to ensure that you have the best online presence, right? Whether it's your social media is up to date, or you have a website, or people can find you on Google local, or they can find you on Yelp pages. Everything is important when it comes to searching for you, because ultimately that customer wants to know that not only do you exist, but where can I feel comfort in finding that you can actually do the service in which I'm requesting, right? And so that strong online presence comes in a number of different ways, but the top one that I believe is really driving the market right now is online reviews. And that's the reason why we ask a lot of our repeat customers to leave us online reviews, because that's going to help us continue to drive referrals, right? Referral based business that allows the referrals to do some of that work for us, right? We don't have to do all of that work. We can actually get some of that work. We can have that work done for us automatically by customers referencing the reviews on our online profiles. So keep that top of mind. The other thing is around networking, right? Whether you are participating in industry events like trade shows, or you're going to some of the local business groups for small businesses or service contractors, or you're into online forums, you can find that there is a lot of resources available to you to continue to grow your network. One thing I'm reminded of, one of our largest customers here at SA Wind, they started out as a very small company, but they built a very large network of contractors, and ultimately they grew to 100 plus technicians in the state of Florida. And it's important for you all to understand that it just takes one step at a time to build that network and continue to reach out to that network and provide them with resources as yourself, right? Hey, I'd love to help you guys out if you need some help at any point. Hey, I'd love to sit down with you and talk a little bit through what we've done for some of our customers, and maybe we can help some of your customers, right? Or hey, I'd love to help some of your customers if at all possible, and really vice versa, right? Helping each other out and continuing to grow. They say the fastest way to grow a company is partnerships, right? And that's how you do that, basically build off your network. So the last thing is making sure that your brand and your brand message is highlighted in a way that customers can recognize who you are, and recognize the types of service in which you offer as well. So whether you're doing a presentation like this, or whether you all have a video on YouTube, all of this is going to be relevant to help you all continue to grow your business, especially when you all are sleeping, right? People can reference and search, hey, HVAC company near me, or plumbing company near me, or electrical contractor near me, or electrical company near me, right? Or they may say, hey, fix AC near me. These are types of things and keywords and language that you can use in your videos that YouTube and Google will reference, right? That allows you all to continue to get that growth and that attention that you need from online. And so branding is super important, but making sure that it's tied back to your brand message, and that you're using the key terms and words that you know your customers are searching when looking for your service. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. We're almost through, guys. Hopefully you guys are catching some nuggets here. And now we're going to be talking about financial management. Now, financial management is really around ensuring that you all are setting the right the right cost associated with your business, so that you don't go into the red. The other is ensuring that you're giving your customers various payment options, whether it's a payment plan, whether it's paying a down payment up front, whether it is you all giving them a discount to show that you want to continue to do business with them. Oftentimes, we're not going to get the most value out of a customer, the most dollars or revenue dollars out of a customer at one time. But when we think about a customer as a lifetime customer, then we can start to see the trajectory, or the ability to be able to grow as a company by continuing to do repeat business with them and anticipating more revenue dollars. Hence the reason why we talked about service level agreements or preventative maintenance, right? That's going to help you all continue to see that there's potential in getting recurring revenue that's going to help you all predict how you all will grow as a company and gain more revenue. Now, the other one is really around transparent pricing. Customers ask all the time, well, why was I charged that? And if you say, well, that's just what we charge, it's not fully as transparent, right? So sometimes you have to break it down and itemize it for them. And there's going to be some options to do that. You may do one flat fee or one flat rate for them, and that's totally fine. But sometimes customers need the ability to see what all they're being charged for, so there is comfort in providing you their credit card, their checking account, or even paying you cash. So ensuring that you have the best practices when it comes to pricing that builds trust and avoids disputes is going to be key to making sure that you have the right financial management for your company. And we talk about this a little bit. We're not accountants here at SA Win, but we talk about best practices for a lot of our contractors, whether they are using a flat rate, whether they're charging time and material. We provide price sheets here that help them do a markup that ensures that anything between a certain price gets that markup so that they can remain profitable. Okay. So we can talk about that a little bit more on a more personalized presentation if that's something that interests you. And feel free to reach out to us at sales at SAWinPro to go ahead and get that set up if that's something that you would like to do. All right, let's move on over. We're kind of speeding through this because I still want to show you all a little bit of the product before we end today. The next thing is really around adaptability and innovation. Okay, and this is going to be our last best practice before we hop over into a quick overview of the SA Win Core product. Now, one thing that you want to make sure that you do is that you stay informed, right? So whether it's making sure that you're staying on top of industry trends, and guess what? You can just search industry trends 2024 HVAC, industry trends plumbing 2024, right? You can search that, and there are a number of publications. There's a number of resources, whether they are on websites or whether they're on X or formerly known as Twitter or Facebook or LinkedIn. You'll be able to find that within your search because those are all being pulled into the search results, right? And the last thing that we want to do is we want to embrace change, right? There are a lot of companies that are out there that have been around for 20 to 30 plus years. They're still using paper, they're still using older tools or antiquated tools, and they don't want to embrace change because they're afraid of what's on the other side. I'm here to tell you that I've been in this industry for the last 6 years providing software for contractors, and we have seen a lot of contractors be more comfortable with making that change because they needed to make that change. And if they didn't, the business wouldn't be where it is today. We also understand that when they embrace that change, it can be sometimes scary. And what we do is we hold their hand during the implementation and onboarding period. We also ensure that we are doing things to where we are educating them and teaching them and giving them the ability to feel more empowered to do the thing that frightened them in the first place, which is switching over to a more digital landscape of how they do things as opposed to the more on paper and physical way of doing things in their day-to-day operations. So make sure that you all are being adaptable, that you are looking at ways of being of innovating your business practices, and your willingness to just embrace it, right? And embrace some of those techniques and those approaches. So those are our best practices. Hopefully you got a lot from them. I'm going to switch over to we're going to switch on over to a quick SA Win Core overview. And if there's any questions whatsoever, feel free to put those in the chat. I'll have someone manning the chat so we can see if there's anything that we can answer for you. So give me 1 second. With me. Get all my screens set up here. Right. All right. So let's get back over here. All right, I am sharing my screen and let's get the rest of this show started. We are sitting at a little bit over the 35-minute mark. So we got about 10 to 15 minutes to look at this, and then we'll open it up to some question and answer for you all. But what we're looking at right now is we're looking at the SA Win Core product, formerly known as SA Win Basic. And the SA Win Basic product is a cloud-based product. It's going to sit in the web browser. Where we see this working more effectively is in the Chrome browser, but you're more than welcome to use any other browser that you all decide. Now, as we look at things here, by all means, there will be some questions that will come up. We are here to answer those questions, whether it's on this call, or you all can give us a shout at at sales at sawinpro.com, or you can give us a call at the 1-800 number that's going to be provided towards the end of this presentation, as well as what you can find on the sawinpro.com website. Now, as we look at this first view, this is going to be our dashboard, and our dashboard provides us with relevant data that's going to help us understand what's happening with the business today, as well as based off of the metrics in which I'd like to see. So whether it's around our customer invoices or our new customers' locations, or pending quotes and purchase orders that are out there, we can make sure that we make adjustments to the way in which this dashboard looks by coming over here to add widgets, or we can update each of these with relevant details and go into the list of these details that helps us go right into the things in which we need to do immediately, right? So we don't have to wait, we don't have to go and run a report. We don't have to, ask any questions to our team internally. All of these dashboards and these widgets, as well as if we look at the widgets here, we have various widgets that are going to help you all continue to drive the business and work with your clients in a more efficient and effective manner. Now, up here, we have what I like to call our Essentials toolbar. And we have here where we get your account set up. We're going to look at a dispatch board here in just a second. We have our service side. We have our receivable side. We have our miscellaneous, which is around parts and vendor management and managing that inventory. We have a sales and marketing piece to help you all manage your CRM, where you can ensure all of your customers that you're working with as you're building up prospect lists, as you're working with potential clients, that it's not overpowering or overshadowing that of the service calendar, so that you all can separate the two as well as mend the two together within one dashboard. You also have the reporting section that's going to allow you all to continue to run various reports. And those reports, remember, we've been doing this since 1984. So we have built reports that we know are important to you as the service-based contractor. But one thing we will always note is that if there is ever any time that you have a report or a request of a widget or any enhancements to this software, we'd love to hear it from you, because we believe that in order for this software to be improved and enhanced, we have to hear it from the users that are using it on an everyday basis. Not from us internally. We're here to help support it, but we'd love to understand what are some of the things that you all need to continue to build out your business. All right. Now we're going to make our way over here to the dispatch board. Today is the 2nd of July, and you'll see here I have a very active dispatch board that's letting me know what's going on right now with my team and how we can effectively continue to run this business with our team out there in the field. Two things I'm going to point out is we have various views here. So you'll see here, those are all of our views, and we can get into that once again on a more personalized demo. But the other thing is we can set up templates to where we can see all of the technicians that we'd like to see, the specialties that they have, or the certifications in which they have, so we can ensure that we're scheduling with the right technicians. We work with mechanical contractors that work in both the HVAC, plumbing, and electrical space, and so they need to make sure that they're scheduling the jobs with the right technicians, and this is going to help them be able to do that. Now, oftentimes people ask us, well, why is it blinking? Well, the reason that it's blinking is we want to make sure that you all are aware of when a call is running late, so that you all can either reach out to the technician to ensure that they have everything that they need, or whether or not we need to send another technician out to that location to make sure that we're staying on track for completing the work for today. Now, that's just a few things on our dispatch board. We have the ability to look at our overall ability with our availability with our team. We also can see our calls on a map, our technicians on a map. And so all that, it's available on our dispatch board, as well as our unscheduled or unassigned calls that we can schedule with just a drag and a drop over to that technician. Okay, so all of that's available to you on the dispatch board. The second thing we're going to look at is looking at the customer location or the site location. This is something that you all will be able to build within Sawin, whether it is one location or two, right? So we see that this is 98-2 Broken Spoke Lounge and Deli, but the AR customer, or the customer who's responsible for payment, is Charlie Kirk, right? And we can see that not only do we have Broken Spoke, we also have Charlie Kirk's home address, okay? Now, when we look at this, we can see that we've serviced this customer in our work orders here. We see that the work orders that we have scheduled. We can also see our sales calls and our contract invoices. We can see the location. We can book a new work order. We can look at any of the contacts that are here. We can ensure that we're communicating based off of the preference of the customer. But most importantly, as we make our way down, we can see the contracts that we have in place. We can see the equipment that we service with this client, right? We can see any proposals that we've sent out to this client. We can see any projects that we've worked on with this client, and if they're open, and the projected amount of that project. We can see any prospect notes or documents or images or any recommendations that we have. And so all of this is going to be available to you all as you all continue using the platform and driving efficiencies across the board. And we can talk through each and every one of these as we have more of a more personalized connection with you all to understand your needs. The last thing we're going to take a look at is our reports. And I just want to show you all of these reports that we have available to you all that can be all customized to your benefit, right? The list goes on. There's so many reports. And each and every one of these reports, if I were to go into a service job cost, let's go and click on that one. And I'm going to go ahead and run a report from the 17th of June to July 2nd. We can see here that all of our reports give us the ability to export them in various formats. We can print those out. We can email them out to someone. And you'll see here that we've really done our research on ensuring that this is laid out in a way that you all are used to or can manipulate the data. And so as you'll see here, we see the full report here. Okay, a total for our invoice, whether it be our cost, our price, our gross margin percentage, all of that's going to be available to you all. And we can talk more into detail about each and every one of these reports, once again, that we've been working and building over the last 40 plus years. All right, so that is pretty much the overview that I had for today. I want to thank you all for joining us, and I'm going to part you all with this. Let's go back here. All right, let's get this presentation back up. All right, I'm going to part you all with this. If you have any questions whatsoever, and if you are interested in a more personalized demo, please reach out to us at sales@sawinpro.com. Feel free to go to our website and click the free demo request. Fill out your information there, and we'll have somebody reach out to you in a timely manner to get a demo and to explain what needs you have, right, and to better understand what is it that we can do to help you. We work in various industries, and so if you believe that you service a customer, you need software in place, we'd love to help you all. We'd love to build a connection and a partnership with you all in the very near future. And last and certainly not least, thank you so much for being here. You could have been anywhere else in the world. You could have been focusing on your business, helping your team, going to lunch, all of the above, and you've made your way here to the SA Win Service Automation Live webinar, Best Practices for HVAC, Plumbers, and Electrical Service Contractors. We thank you, we appreciate you, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.